Ashley Renee says, sorry for being random, but I had my first 3 appointments this week to get my official assessments. How did those go, Ashley? She kept saying that all my traits are common for CPTSD. Does she know that CPTSD is quite a co-occurring thing with autism? So nervous to go back for my next 2 appointments. I think that's one of the problems, isn't it? I guess if you're wanting to go for a formal diagnosis after being sort of self-identified, self-diagnosing. I mean, we had this with Katja at one point. You know, they had some pretty large amount of anxiety because they were thinking about, you know, what happens if they don't give me it. And my whole journey that I've been on for this amount of time is not right. You know, it's got to produce some degree of stress. No, most women who are ASD get misdiagnosed CPTSD and BPD. Yeah, or bipolar for sure. I think it's worth remembering that the whole autism diagnosis thing, it is a diagnosis for a reason. The medical system diagnoses problems, you know, because that's what its function is. So, for all intents and purposes, there could be a lot of people out there who have an autistic brain, you know, but they don't particularly have any problems which are related to that, and so either never go and read into it or don't get picked up because they don't need what the medical system can give us. But it doesn't necessarily have to define your identity. It can be hard to translate your full human experience to someone trying to diagnose you. It may be helpful to write down autistic symptoms that you may have if you feel are unrelated to trauma and PTSD. Well, it's very, very highly comorbid, co-occurring with autism. Negative experiences just in general, and also the likelihood of CPTSD related things. Again, due to our sort of more sensitive nervous system, the potential things that we can go through in life. Paige says, I had my assessment this summer and I was told I have anxiety and ADHD, but didn't reach the criteria for autism because I can make eye contact and describe emotions. Yeah, the eye contact ones are... what kind of age range are you, Paige? Because I think, you know, they really need to consider both age and life experiences, and also, you know, someone's gender, sex into the whole thing. Because masking is a very heavy part of, you know, for a lot of people who get late diagnosed. Really, still with the eye contact, yeah, we have it, we get it a lot for some reason. I could have been diagnosed a lot earlier if I'd spent decades learning how to mask real good. You could have been diagnosed earlier? I feel like if you learn how to mask more, you wouldn't get diagnosed as much. Minty Sash says, I spoke to my mom about my childhood anxiety and depression and how it might have stemmed from me being neurodivergent, and she said, you never said anything. Yeah. I don't think it's something that, I don't know. I feel like when I was a teenager, I didn't really know what was going on emotionally in my brain. I struggle with it in adulthood to a certain extent.